Milsey and Kez, hear what they said, just between us, no need to fuss, they keep it real, help you to heal straight up. Milsey and Kez, straight up. Milsey and Kez, straight up. Milsey and Kez.
Yes. Oh,
I mean,
I'm
I
still in the
know,
zone. Still
I
in
mean,
the zone.
Bron and Valua are amazing singers, but how about our old very own Kez as a singer?
I try. I try.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, yeah. The week after the weekend that was,
I
ladies,
know.
and
So
you,
it's Monday
Jen.
morning of the weekend. That
Mhm.
was such a highlight. Thank you so much, Melbourne, Kez, for having some little old Adelaideans over. We
Oh
ripped it
my,
up, huh?
oh my God. We tore it up, I tell you what. So my 50th and my husband's 50th combined birthday. So the story is it's actually my birthday on the 5th of February, and it's actually my husband's birthday on the 28th of July last year. But I'd organised a surprise dinner for Mark in July last year, but then he came down with gastro the
Mm.
day before. And it was like we had to cancel the whole thing. So we never got to actually celebrate Mark's birthday. So when it came to my birthday, it was kind of like, what did we want to do? And it was like was it the week of my birthday? And we're like, oh, we'll go to like the Red Hot Summer Tour concert where there's like all these artists. And I thought, I don't really like any of the artists that are there. Blah, blah. And it's like let's just actually have a party, and it doesn't matter that the party is not going to be around our birthdays. We've both hit 50. We're both well into it. Let's just celebrate it. So
Yeah.
that's exactly what we did. So it wasn't near any of our birthdays, but it didn't matter. So that was why we decided to celebrate it. And I got to say, perfect wet. Like how we could not really have gotten any better weather,
Yeah.
any better weather, any better weather for the occasion. The Friday, a little bit drizzly at the start, but the afternoon brought it on.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday
It's
was gorgeous. Sunday
gorgeous.
was perfect. It was just like, it was all meant
Just
to
wait.
be. All meant
Yeah.
to be. So, yes,
And it's raining here in Adelaide now.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got little bit of drizzle, but we had like, oh my God. So, highlights of the weekend, highlights reel.
Let's go
Well,
there. Give us your
Friday.
highlights, Kez.
Friday, we had our High Tea and Talk in the Hills event that was at the Olinda Tea House. Now, golf clap for Olinda Tea House. Their food was
Oh,
amazing. It was so like these are obviously people who have done this many times over. So the
it
food
is. It was. They have definitely perfected the art of a high tea.
100%. Yep,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. Hot, savory food. Then we had like the gorgeous sweets. They had gorgeous little, what do we have? Pigs?
Little
Little,
piggies and rabbits. Yeah.
yes. And I think they were like mascarpone type situation with like fruity, like filling. It was just,
Yeah.
oh, so good.
Yeah. And in
Oh,
there, so if you didn't get a high tea and just ordered off their menu, or they had a case of all these cute little animals, like they had little teddy bears that looked too good to eat. And what else did they have? A
they had
cat,
teddy
I
bears, they
think.
had sheep. I think they had little chickens in there
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, just these gorgeous little animals that you could just eat. Pigs, yeah, pigs. Like just, it was
Yeah.
so good.
You are what you eat, right?
And we pigged ourselves that day. I tell you, it was
But
great.
do yourself a favor, go to the Olinda Tea House. It's got beautiful oriental gardens.
Mhm.
Actually, the food was sort of had it was, I think, Asian fusion twist to
Yes,
it.
definitely. Yep,
Um,
yep.
so it's not quite your ordinary high tea, but then as this after all the sweets and savories, little delicacies on these beautiful presented racks that got put down in front of you, then they come out with scones and jam and
I
cream.
know, except which was not required,
Oof.
really. We really didn't need them, but we ate them.
I had half a scone because, I can't let food go untasted.
No, absolutely not. You might
We
have
did
missed
not need
out
it,
on the best scone of your life. You might have missed out on it.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, all great. So I highly recommend if you love your Sunday drive, go up to Olinda, go that beautiful drive up
Mm,
through the fern trees. And then we went back into Olinda the next day
We
and
sure
spent, I
did.
think we were probably going to, in our heads, we were going to be up there. Oh, let's just meander around for an hour. We ended up
Yeah.
spending 3 hours up there, didn't we?
Yep, and
And
probably and could have done more because you sort of have
yeah,
to go through. So up where we live, up in the hills, it's beautiful. It's like rainforest, big trees,
yeah,
ferns. It's just a beautiful area. And there's a little town called Sassafras, which gets a lot of hype, and rightly so because it's got fantastic little shops in there.
gorgeous.
There's the Oracle, there's Quirky, there's Source, which is like an essential oils shop. There's like Soak, which is like a natural body butter shop. You've got Miss Marple's up there, which is very well renowned around the area.
There was a
Yeah,
leather shop that
there was a
we,
leather. Yep, was it something a
leather goods,
vegetable? Yeah,
can't
so
remember.
heaps of stuff up there.
Yeah,
But then a little bit further down the road, about another 5 or 10 minutes, is like Olinda, and Olinda
beautiful.
is like just as good as Sassafras. But often people stop at Sassafras and then realize how much is there, and they end up spending so much time there that they go back down the hill again. But if you go up a little bit further to Olinda, just as good. And you had that awesome tea shop in Olinda. We had hat
Yeah,
shop where we got this awesome. We walked into this hat shop and they showed straight away. She was like, "Would you like some ceremonial cacao?" We're like, "Yes, we would
yeah,
actually. Thank you very
which was
much."
delicious.
Yeah, yeah. And like just everyone's just really friendly. It's like it's in holiday mode up there, so it's gorgeous. But what I want to talk about is the event that we actually held while we
Yes,
were in Olinda at the
yes.
tea house.
Let's
Oh
talk.
my God. It was awesome. So we had four women say yes to themselves and
Yeah.
come up the hill to
And
attend
they
this
were
event.
some pretty big yeses, I got to say.
100%
Yeah.
because Cherie came all the way from Mackay. Was it? It is Mackay, isn't
Mackay.
it?
Yeah, two flights.
Two flights to get here. Like, I did invite her to my party as well, but she was like, I want to do the high tea event and the party. So I'm like, we're here for it.
Let's go.
So, yeah, so she took two flights. Jody came from Brisbane. My other friend Jody came from St Kilda, which is like a hike
Mm.
because it's down near the bay. And Barb, she had to drive for
Gorgeous
an hour
Barb.
as well. Sorry?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
gorgeous
love
Barb.
Barb.
So
Love
the
Barb. Yeah,
yeses we got were some really big yeses.
punchy yeses.
And I love that. I love that.
And the talk we had, so there was the three of us talking. So I got the ball rolling with the three P's talk. So we're talking about peace, passion, and purpose, and how it's difficult to really anchor into passion and purpose if you don't find it from a peaceful place. Because it's very hard to get creative
Yeah.
and get into flow if you're in fight or flight. So I was
Yes.
talking a lot
Yeah.
about what is actually going on inside of us when we are stressed, and it's actually and looking at it through the lens of it being a war within yourself, because that's all it is. Because life is life. Things are going to happen. They don't do it to annoy you or piss you off. Life is just going to do life, and it's your interpretation of it that makes it bad or good. And then once you've processed that life actually is, it's not personal, it's just doing what it does. Who am I choosing to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah.
And then when you choose to go, okay, I choose to see the positive in this, and I choose to use this to my advantage, and I choose to make this a lesson. And once you can make peace with it, because the cause of all suffering is the non-acceptance of what is, once you can accept that it is what it is, you get back to, you can just get to that place of, okay, now I can choose. But you
Mm.
do have to do that little bit of processing. And the more battles that you win in that, like, oh, this has happened. Oh, what do I prefer? Who am I choosing to be? I choose this. I choose the path of least resistance, which doesn't mean no resistance. It just means least resistance. And I'm choosing to be this in this moment. Once you've fought, or once you've actually surrendered to enough battles, then you get to that place of peace, and then you can sort of anchor into that passion and that purpose. So that was the crux of my talk, and I hope that that came across clearly to the
Oh
ladies.
yeah.
But
And I
that's
love that. So when we go into survival mode, which is when our amygdala, which is the home of our it's our where we store our reactions. Like that's the home of the fight, flight,
Like,
freeze, and
like,
fawn responses. Is the
mm-hmm,
home of the amygdala. So when that gets fired up and it feels like we're just surviving, we
mm-hmm.
don't have any reserves left in the tank to get creative and to follow what what we're here to do because
Yeah.
we're just surviving.
Absolutely,
You,
because
yeah,
because from a physiological point of view,
yeah,
when you're being, and it all comes down to evolution. If we're being chased by saber-toothed tigers or the cheetah that happens to be on that amazing jacket that Millsy's wearing, if we're being chased by something, we don't need to see the acacia trees and the things around us. We just need to find the escape route. So our vision and our focus narrows right down. The blood supply goes from our prefrontal strategic logical part of our brain to the amygdala, which is fight, flight, escape.
hmm,
And everything in our body is programmed to get us out of that situation. So we've got our heart, we've got the adrenaline pumping through our system to elevate our heart rate to
hmm,
get blood supply to the muscles so we can run or we can fight our way out of something. You'll notice that when you're nervous or when you're stressed or when you're anxious, your mouth dries up. That's because your body is taking away blood supply from your digestion to the muscles because it's like we don't actually need to digest food right now. We actually need to escape this situation. So that might
yeah,
be why sometimes, your bowels go to jelly, your mouth goes dry.
right,
So
right.
it's all about like how do we make ourselves lighter and more pumped to get out of this situation that we need to now flee from. So, and the problem with that is that we can sometimes get in that so often. Our body's not designed to do that. Like you'll notice, the impalas out in nature, they outrun the cheetah, but then 90% of their day, 98% of their day is resting and eating. So we're meant to be in that fight and flight for not very long at all, and then bring it back down again. But often in this high drive lifestyle that we have, we get stressed about things that actually aren't life and death. And we don't actually complete that stress cycle because the stress cycle is all about outrunning your opponent or killing it. And then that sort of brings everything to a circle and to a loop, and then you can rest again. But we get so stimulated
Mm.
all the time and go into fight and flight so
But
often.
we're on high alert a
We
lot.
really are, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially yourself, Millsy, with your spleen the way that it is in your human design, you have got every single gate in your spleen, which is the fear center.
I know.
So even though like Mills is going to be a great person to go to, like if there's a like situation where you have to like escape a fire or something, but like for Millsy, there's a lot of sort of the shadow side of being able to survive is that there's a lot of fears there as well. So you're on hyper alert all the time. So yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, so talking about yeah, if you're wondering what's my purpose, what's my passion, I don't know what I'm here for, think about the state that you are constantly in. Like if you are in
Hmm.
a constantly stressed or anxious state, it's going to be very difficult to be able to tap into that passion and that purpose and what you're here to do. So think about the things that are causing you stress. Oftentimes, I will go back to human design and think about our not self themes. So
Yeah.
if you're frustrated, if you're angry, if you're bitter and resentful, or you are disappointed a lot, like those are the 5 states that are our not self themes for across all energy types. Think about how often you are in those states and think about who you're with, what you're doing, and where you are when you are in those states. So if you're someone who's like, oh my God, I feel so frustrated all the time, actually break it down, journal around and go, right, I'm feeling frustrated all the time. Who am I with when I'm feeling frustrated? Where am I when I'm feeling frustrated?
What scenarios bring that
Yeah.
about?
What am I
Yeah.
doing that is causing me the frustration? And then when you can find the pattern, you go, right, okay, so do I need to be with that person as often as I am? Like, can I delegate someone else to deal with that person? Or can I just deal with it over text so I don't actually have to talk to them?
Mm.
Where are you? Do I have to be in the place as often as I do? Can I work from home? So They can start actually looking at it and start breaking it down and go, right, do I? And then you get to choose. I don't actually need to be, I don't actually need to do this as much as what I do. If it's something like accounting, me doing my accounting, I've done my accounting for 6 months, which is very bad. I need to get onto that. But like, can I throw money at the problem? Can I pay someone to do it so I'm not getting frustrated with the fact that I've got to do it? So you can do something about it. A lot of us think, oh, I just have to do this, and they think that they're stuck, and really they're not. So, yeah, when you can move through that, that's when you can start freeing up. When you're not doing the things that are dragging you down and feel heavy, you start feeling lighter, and that's when you can start getting into your passion and to your purpose, which is exactly what we're all here to do. So that's what my talk was all about. So very
It was great. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. But Millsy's talk, oh my God, golf clap again to Millsy. That was so Millsy spoke about the rise of the matriarch, and I have to say it was one of the most well researched, well put together, like informative but interactive, and like in lot in excite it actually made me excited for menopause. It made me excited for menopause. And that took a lot of, I know how much effort and time you would have put into that talk, and it really showed through because you had the statistics, you had the information, you had the details, you had the facts, and it was just such a great talk. So I just have to kudos to you, my friend.
Oh,
You did
thank you.
a great
Well,
job.
you know me, when I get interested in something, I deep dive. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, so that's what I do. So it has been a journey of discovery for sure, because um, the way I see it, as a 49-year-old, I turned 50 later this year. So
Hmm.
as a woman entering, I'm pretty sure I've really been in the stages of peri for the last couple of years.
Hmm.
And it's all well and good. There's actually quite a bit of information out there about the physical symptoms, about the like the medical stuff. Like you can look stuff up, but what is lacking is the energetic or emotional changes that we go through. And
Hmm.
this is when we start to think, what the F is going on? Am I crazy? Why am I like, where did this rage come from?
Lack of tolerance for BS.
Yeah, yeah. So the whole, you're wide awake at 3 a.m. going, who stole my body? Who stole my sense of humor? Who stole
Mhm.
my libido? Who stole, like, where's it gone?
Everything that I thought made me me is like, yeah, when
Right?
that goes, it's like, what's left? If we,
Yeah,
without my libido, without my sanity, without my logical mind, yeah,
yeah,
without my body that I had, who else? It
yeah.
actually really gets you back
And
to brass
your
tacks.
level of tolerance just is out the window. So all the, and this is what I've been working out. So obviously we've all heard of peri and menopause being obviously it's when your hormones just go AWOL. So it's very fluctuating. So back back in our youth, when estrogen in particular, which is our internal cheerleader, which smooths everything over, which makes bonding, which makes acceptance, which it's all the things that makes us gravitate towards the tribe, towards safety,
Hmm.
which makes sense, right? So when you're a young woman and maybe with young children, your survival really depends on the cooperation of the tribe to help keep you safe. So
Mm,
you might overlook certain bad behavior that you see, or it maybe you just like don't even, it's not in your awareness that there's some bad behavior going on because you're more interested in keeping yourself safe and part of the collective.
yeah.
And then as estrogen exits the chat, so does our tolerance for putting up with shit that we would turn a blind eye to in the past. And all
Hmm.
of a sudden, you start to see the imbalance of the emotional labor, the all the things that
Hmm.
start to
Hmm.
then feel very, very inequitable, I think, is
Yeah.
what you start
Yeah.
to see.
Absolutely.
And so as I talked about in my talk, women go through three great initiations in their life.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the maiden, the mother, the matriarch. So the maiden is entering puberty, where we
Mm-hmm.
become our own beings, where it's an initiation into like discovering who we are.
Mm.
Then we've got motherhood. Matriessence is the word for that, which I had not heard of before.
Tree essence. I like that. Well
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So then there's obviously quite a lot of support around, particularly for newborns and stuff. So there's lots of support if you seek it.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got your tribe around you. If you're lucky enough, you might have you know, family, friends that are there for you, and beautiful time of life. And then we've got, when we move on to the third and final, I guess, emotional initiation, is the matriarch, or as patriarchy would have us know it as the crone, which is like the withered old witch,
Mm-hmm.
the yucky. And again, women are not something that should be, we should not be scared of them. We should actually be really grateful for them, because they're the ones that have shone the torch for us in the past and give
Mm-hmm.
us the path to follow.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of gold in there, but I won't give it all away because I'm probably going to try and do this talk again at some point.
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, but
And
that's
what I love about the how you
yeah,
sort of framed
yeah,
up the value of bringing your wisdom into later life to be
yes,
passed down to the younger generation. Like now I've hit 50,
mm,
I can really see, and maybe if I hadn't done as much work on myself as what I've done and as much personal development as I had, I may not have as much of that wisdom to pass down. But especially now, as I'm older, like my daughter's 18 now, I really feel like I have been able to soften her path a little bit more with
yeah,
my
yeah,
experience and the things that
yeah,
I've learned. And so as she's going into like she's in the maid going into the motherhood sort of hopefully not for a few years yet. But like she's 18 and like right in that
yeah,
maid phase, but sort of heading into, you know, her 20s now, like to 18. So yeah, being able to pass on things like about relationships and like when she sort of questions herself because she's got all this glorious estrogen running,
yeah,
flowing like wine through her veins, and she's kind of like questions herself sometimes about relationships. She goes, "Is that like is that acceptable? Is that should I be mad about this?" And it's like, "Oh well, let's break it down. You know,
mm,
how do you actually feel about it? What was it about that? What was triggered inside you? What was and like being able to get her to sort of really tap into herself and yeah, there was one time she had a boyfriend a little while ago, and she was like, I really want to see him more than what I'm seeing him, but I don't want to come across as clingy or
mm,
needy. And I said, well, having needs actually doesn't make you needy, love. If you want to be with someone and you
mm,
want to actually see them more, because there's some people who like a little bit of distance. But I said, if you are someone who likes, you know, more connection, I said, but having needs doesn't make you needy. If that's what you
yeah,
need,
makes you human.
exactly. There are plenty of other fish in the sea who will meet that need. Like you're not married to this person.
Mm,
So, you know, if they're going to consistently hear your needs and if they're important to you, they will, to him,
yeah.
he'll meet them. But if not, well, then just thank you very much for the experience. Thank you next, you know?
And
So,
that can shine a light on, okay, now I'm a step closer to knowing what I don't want. Thank you for
mhm,
showing me that.
exactly. Because if there's
Yeah.
one thing we can definitely learn when it comes to yeah getting what it is we don't want is knowing right, that's a standard that I have now. So the
Mm,
standard is I need to see you 4 times a week, you know, or whatever, but at least you know now
mm,
that's the standard, that's my minimum. Yeah, so I really feel like yeah, being in the matriarch, getting into that era as my daughter's going from sort of maid to mother, it's like yeah, that I can really like in a tangible real time sense pass down a lot of the things that I've learned to her to soften the edges for
Yeah.
her a little bit more so she doesn't have to stumble and fall,
Yeah.
quite as often. And I'm all for making her
Yeah.
mistakes. And she's a 3-6, so she like in human design, so she's going to be making a lot of mistakes, but at least I've softened the fall a little bit for her.
And let her know it's not through any fault of her own that she's there to experiment. That's literally what she's here to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
to not feel bad that, oh my gosh, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this. It's like, yeah, that's your path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to like give yourself permission to do that and to be that.
And really and truly, like when it comes to life experience and when things really go AWOL, right? And things really go off the rails and come across, nothing's a failure though. Like everything's
Yeah,
experience and everything turns out exactly the way it was supposed to. Otherwise, it wouldn't have turned out that way.
correct.
But sometimes we have to basically F things up really big and have things go like the opposite of what we expect. Because if it had happened any other way, would we have learnt the lesson? If it was just a little slip up, would we have just gone,
Yeah.
oh, I might try that again, kind of thing? Sometimes these things have to happen big to just go,
And you
not
know
your.
what? If it's happened big, it's probably because it actually happened small a lot of the time. We didn't hear it. So
Mhm.
the knocks get bigger and bigger until we finally
Yeah,
start paying attention.
the whisper turned to shouts.
Right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
if something
yeah.
really big has happened, there's
Hmm.
probably little clues along the way that this is not the first time this has come to me, but it's getting
Hmm.
louder each time until I actually hear
Yes. And
it.
sometimes like when I do notice the small things, I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like this had to happen for because something bigger is coming. So it was just like kind of forewarning. Like as an example, I know my timing belt has to be done in my car.
Uh,
And me and Lila got stuck at Audi a couple of weeks ago because my battery died. And
yeah.
it's like maybe that was the universal reminder to like get your timing belt done, Kez. Otherwise, this is going to be a lot bigger. So it's kind of like this was inconvenient but not too bad. If your timing belt goes, it's going to be so. Like I believe that little things like that happen to sort of. Still haven't got my timing belt done, but like yeah. But I heard the warning. I'm like, okay, yes, I will make that more of a priority to get that done. Yeah,
It's higher up the list now.
that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, I loved that talk. So yeah, I am. I
Thank
would
you.
be very
Yeah.
much
Well, I'm
looking.
glad it landed because I don't like to fully put myself out there a great deal. So by doing like really putting my heart and soul into this, you saw a piece of what does get me so passionate. I know you've seen it all before, but
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I've seen
um,
all the pieces.
yeah, right. So yeah, I do. I'm glad it landed. And your beautiful friend Jody, who when I sat down after it ended, and Jody sat next to me, and she was just looking at me. I'm like, oh God, have I got like, did I have something on my face? Like, and she just went, wow, I'm
Yeah,
actually really excited now to be
yeah,
menopausal. And I
yeah,
went, oh my God, I just about started to cry. I thought, oh my
yeah,
God, that's
yeah.
amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
if that was the reaction that you're after, it landed.
Yeah.
It was actually like this is actually a fucking awesome time of life
Yeah.
to have made it this far and still have so much value to give. I was watching that Louis Theroux Manosphere on
Oh, I can't
Netflix.
wait to watch this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Some of the stuff, like I'm just like, oh yeah, I can see your point of view there, mate. But 80% of it, I'm just like, you are a tool, mate. And yeah, like just
The guys he spoke to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is like they're so cagey about what they do, right? They're so like there's no trust. And it's like imagine going through life like saying what you want, but having no trust of anyone else as well.
Do you
It's a
think it's all a front?
oh yeah, I think like probably a good half of it is just for controversy. Like, yeah, it's very interesting. I'd love to actually sit down and watch it with you because that would be an
Yeah.
interesting podcast episode. But yeah, on like one of the snippets, the video snippets that they show, they were saying that like women are born with value basically because we've got breasts and a vagina. And so men have to prove themselves more
Cool.
because they don't have and it's like so what so if we had mastectomies and we weren't able to function as a woman like to give men pleasure and bear children. So that means we don't have a place in human society if we lost those things. Like,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying? Like, it's just such ridiculousness. Like
And are
every,
they talking about breasts as pleasure or breasts as feeding
I think just as fun
babies?
bags, just as fun
Yeah.
bags, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's for their pleasure, not for actually their purpose of sustaining a baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure
Mm.
that was the angle. Maybe I'll need to watch it again, but I'm fairly certain
Yeah.
that's what his angle was. So,
Um,
like, he's saying that we're born with innate beauty, but men need to push to prove themselves more. So, yeah, it was very interesting. There's some things that I'm like, I 20% agree with you there, but there's a whole lot of other stuff that I don't. But yeah,
mm.
interesting show. Yeah, Louis Theroux
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it in the next few days, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Louis
then
Theroux
of
just goes.
course Kathy then went after us, and Kathy as the oh, is she just the most calming, gorgeous girl in the whole wide world? Because
She just has
yeah,
this.
yeah,
She just has this warm, mothering, nurturing glow about her, which is like it's a kind of energy that feels like so encouraging. It's like you can just see her going, "You can do anything."
yeah,
And
yes, yes,
when you hear her say that, you believe it, and you know
yeah,
that if you falter, she's going to be like, "It's all right, it's all good." She's just got just such a magic creative energy about her. Like, yeah,
yeah,
just lovely to be in her presence, and just like her giving us the
yeah,
space to do our doodlesings and our drawings, and there was science behind what she was teaching us as well when
yeah,
it comes to like mindfulness and being able to create art from a place of not needing to have to connect the dots and not necessarily needing it to look like anything. And it's that
yeah,
real, as we're going back to like that real surrender of it's going to look how it looks, and it's probably going to look and turn out, so much better than what you anticipated. And in the end, who really cares anyway, as long as it did the job of relaxing your mind and taking it away from the stuff that puts you in that
yeah.
fight or flight.
So a lot of us don't want to get creative, like with drawing. This is what I because it's not good in my head. It's not going to be perfect, so I don't want to show people how bad I am.
And there's
So
a
I
lot
don't
of
even try.
judgment
And
around
that's
it.
not the point. That's not the
Yeah.
point at all. The point was, hopefully, I'm not giving too much away, but she said the point is when you're doodling or when you're doing, there was a word for it, and I can't think of it.
Is it,
Brainwaves.
yeah.
But she said after we did this activity for a few minutes, and then she said, right, how many of you thought about your shopping list
Shopping
while
list.
you were
That's
doing
right.
that? And I'm like, yeah, not once. I was actually in the zone. I was in
Yeah.
the zone. She said, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it like what you were talking about before, like when we're in survival mode, we're not connecting to that part of our brain that is creative. So
Hmm.
by forcing ourselves to get creative, it quietens down
Hmm.
that survival response, and we're just in the here and the now, the mindfulness of it. So that's what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great lesson.
It was,
Yeah,
yeah, it was, and it was fun, and and it's funny too. Like when you've got a group of women in the room that like are just like there to have fun as well. Like you can draw the most craziest thing, and be like, and
yeah,
we were just so relaxed around. Like it didn't have to look like anything. It was just,
yeah.
yeah, it was
Actually,
just a
look, I've
great
got mine
space.
here because I'm like, oh gosh, this is because then she said, does anyone want to share? And we're all
Yeah,
going, oh, I don't think I want to share. Hang on, I've got mine here. Um, uh, like
yeah. How good was that activity?
yeah, it was good,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
So it's about you had the three P's, and I hope Kathy doesn't mind us saying that she had the three R's: regulate, reignite, and reclaim.
yes, yeah. So
Yeah,
good, so good. So yeah,
yeah,
and just yeah, it was just a magic day. Great content, great ladies were there. Like great conversations were had as well because it was a smaller group. It was really easy to kind of
yeah,
really get into it a little bit as well. So yeah, that was definitely one of the benefits of having a smaller group was that we were able to share a lot of our own experiences, and
Yeah.
it
And
was
I
really
really loved
great.
after our presentations were done and we were just enjoying the food and we were just chatting. We just probably talked and we were all like sharing ideas and views and validating each other. And I really felt a sisterhood when we were just, that was probably one of my favorite parts. We're just talking at the end and
Yeah,
just, I'd not met a few of these ladies before and I just felt this sisterhood with them. It was
yeah,
lovely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, there was definitely magic in that room for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I can't wait to do it again.
I know it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So the next event will probably be September,
Yeah. We'll
probably
work it out.
around, yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, sort of early to mid September.
I think the 11th of September, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway, we will let you all know. Don't you worry.
yeah, yeah. We're doing it on all these dramatic days. So that was Friday the 13th. Then we're
Yeah.
looking at September 11. So,
Oh my gosh, I didn't even consider that. Okay, yes.
but yeah, we're doing it on all these big dramatic days. But we do love a dramatic entrance and exit.
Oh, we do.
The
Oh,
show,
we
as
do.
it turns out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that was our Friday, and we did like took heaps of photos. It was so fun. And then yeah, the Saturday, the shopping was great, and yeah, just had time of our lives at the birthday party. Well, I did anyway. I don't know about anyone else, but like
Yeah.
yeah, we had a great function at the Black Bee here in Belgrave. If anyone's in Melbourne, go up to the Black Bee. I think it's only open on like a Saturday afternoon up here in Belgrave, but it's such a gorgeous function place. Well, just beer
Mm.
place. It was just like craft beers,
Craft beer.
really
Yeah. Boutique
vibey.
wine.
Yeah,
Mm.
really vibey place. So
Yeah, it was
we'll definitely
gorgeous.
go back up there again for that because it was so good. And we had like a karaoke machine, so that was burning in overdrive for a lot of the evening. But yeah, it was just heaps of fun just to have like a lot of just all our friends in one under one roof and like from all parts.
Yeah.
You notice like as you get older, you have all of these different compartments of your life, and you're like, I've got my mum
Yes.
group friends here, and I've got my work group here, and I've got this group there, and yeah, just to have them all sort of come together and worlds colliding, it was
Yeah.
so
Boss babes, you had
fun.
clients. Yeah,
Yep,
I know.
yep. Had them all, yeah. And
Yeah.
to have like Lila being 18, being able to be there,
Yeah.
and Cam,
Oh my God,
everybody
Cam.
loved Cam. We loved Cam.
We love Cam.
Everyone's like, I can see why you like Cam. I said, I know, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, we had a lot of fun. So yes, it was a shame that it all had to come to an end, but
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, it was
I
so
know.
so maybe we'll put a snippet of some videos and some maybe my dramatic excerpt might be something that the our
I will pop it on the Mills and
our
Kes
five
page.
listeners, yeah, something our five listeners might be interested in.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
So for our five listeners, if you if you felt like what we've just been talking about, go, oh, that sounds fascinating, or oh, I want to be a part of that. Follow our other because we've all got business pages. Kerry, Kathy, and myself all have business pages. So follow us.
hmm,
You'll obviously because then people said to us afterwards, "Oh, I didn't even realize. I thought we'd pummeled the crap out of this event." But then
yeah,
people were saying, "Oh, I didn't even realize." So
hmm, hmm,
if you're not following us, you're probably not going to know as
yeah,
much. So
yes,
definitely drop us a follow. The more you engage with us, the more our stuff's going to pop up for you.
hmm.
And we're pretty awesome to know.
Yeah, we actually are, and like we've all got offers going. So if Millsy resonates with you, and you're like, wow, I'd love to really dive into this part of my life with
Yeah,
Millsy, like she is taking on one-on-one clients, I'm taking on one-on-one clients. I've got my 78 club
yeah,
coming up as well. So there is always something that we are offering.
yeah.
Kathy has got her own online mandala workshop, I believe, that you can buy.
No, that's come to an end now.
Oh,
But what
okay.
she
But the
is,
course, there's an online course, isn't there? How to do mandalas.
no, no,
Oh,
that's ended now.
oh, did it? Oh, that's a
Yeah.
shame. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure she's got other stuff going. She does Look, we're going to have her as a guest on the show, and she can actually tell you because I don't want to put words in her mouth of what she does and doesn't offer. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Uh-huh.
but just follow her, Kathy Zepp Designs, and yeah, but she's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, fabulous time. And
Yeah.
Millsy got this fabulous jacket she was in. Now this is something to talk about. So we came across this gorgeous shop. How cute is it, right? So we came across this
Hang on,
gorgeous shop in
I'll turn around.
There you go.
And his name is
Victor and
Victor Alexandre or something like that.
yes, yes, yes. How cute is that? And I could just like we could just tell. So me and Jody were there, and we could tell that like when Millsy put this jacket on, there was like a visceral
Oh
response
yeah.
in her body that was like, oh,
I
this
think I think my whole body lit up. Yeah.
yes, this jacket is cool because like sometimes when we find a piece that is it's not something that we would normally wear, but it's just enough us to go, oh, that's a little bit edgier than what I would normally go for, but it still feels like me.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit like when I discovered that Queen handbag. It was like, oh, that's like
Right.
very different, but it's still very me.
Which coincidentally came from the shop down the road of this shop, right?
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda's the place to go. And but Millsy you were so busy trying to talk yourself out
I
of
was,
this
wasn't I?
purchase. What was going on with because we as women we do this all the time. We're like we really have this visceral response of like, oh my God, I want this. But then the brain's like, no, maybe not, don't know. So talk us through what was the internal war that was going on with this jacket?
Well, admittedly, it was the finances because I was actually given a little bit of cash for Christmas from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Bless them. Thank you, Mum and Dad. And I I like to just have a small amount of cash, like a couple of $100 maybe, tucked away, the just in case money
Mm-hmm.
or emergency money. And so I actually still had it there, and I did intend to bring it to Melbourne with me,
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh, if I just see something I have to have,
Mm-hmm.
I can do it because hubby and I we're running a tight ship with our finances right now, but that's another story. And because I'd only had like an hour or two sleep the night before, and it was a 3:30 in the morning wake up, and I thought, right, I
Mm-hmm.
had my list of things, but I forgot to grab the cash to bring it with me. And so I'm thinking, all right, if money was no object, I'd have bought half that shop, I reckon.
Oh,
They
easily.
had
Well,
some
it
cool
might have
shit in
been
there.
so
Yeah.
fun. It was
So honestly, I thought, oh, because it was originally $149, but it was actually 20% off. So I thought, oh, I don't have $150 spare because I know I've got to buy my lunch, my dinner, my Ubers, da da da.
Mhm.
I thought, no, look, let's face it, it's not like my life's going to change because I have a jacket. Like it's not life or death. It's not like a gap that needs filled. Like my wardrobe's pretty
Mhm.
amazing already. Like I don't. It's not a gap that I needed filled.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
It's not warm, so it's not like it's just one. It's just one layer. There's no
Yeah.
pockets even, so it's not like there's no practicality to it.
Yeah. It's just pretty.
Um, it's just pretty, and I just the whole time I was thinking, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. But that sacral part of me was like, but I want it. But I want it, and I was like, you don't need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
You don't need
Little
it,
angel
but I
on the
want
down
it.
on the
It was
shoulder.
it was it was the internal fight,
Mhm.
like which one's going to win.
Yeah.
So we decided that, and I took photos of it, and we, pop or not, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and then I decided, okay, we've got more. This was at the start of our shopping trip, so we thought, okay, there's more shops to be seen. If I can't stop thinking about it, I'll get it on the way back to the car.
Mhm.
Clearly, you know what the end result was. So,
Yeah.
but I think we didn't even realize that there was the rack of stuff out the front, and you
Yeah.
found that t-shirt and
I
then
just happened to find a gorgeous little t-shirt with a sequin bee on it, and I'm like, oh my God, because I love, obviously I love a statement t-shirt. I love like a
yeah,
t-shirt that's just got a slogan on it, and this
yeah,
was like a beautiful sequin black bee, and I was like, well, it's all come together. Ashton, my
yeah.
son, has been quietly tormenting me for the last week since I got a bee sting on my big toe, not the weekend just gone, but the one before, and he thought that that was just the funniest thing in the world, apparently. And so he's been tormenting me with all these bee memes throughout the week. And I thought, well, this will be funny because, we're going to the Black Bee in Belgrave for our function, and Ashton's like traumatizing me with
With
bees.
bees.
So I thought, well, that would be funny.
Yeah,
So
like so we were driving along in the car. We'd picked Ashton up from his friend after school, and he puts on we thought he was going to put on a song, but what he put on was the sound of bees
yeah,
swarming inside the car, just for us all.
just, just to torment me a little bit more,
Right.
re-traumatize me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, but what it really came down, and it's interesting that you said, look, it wouldn't have changed my life if I hadn't got this jacket and da 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 da. But
Yeah.
like in reality, though, like it comes down to like self-worth, and
Yeah.
it's like I am worthy of having the things that just my heart desires, just because it
Yeah.
wants it.
Well, I think that's what won in the end
Yeah,
because
and if you denied
yeah.
yourself that, then what would be the internal dialogue after that? It's like,
Well,
oh,
see, in my head, me being in Melbourne was my treat to myself. Just
okay,
being there was
yeah,
enough. Like I
yeah.
wasn't there to buy clothes. I
Mhm.
certainly, because I'd bought something, I splurged on something I shouldn't have the week before. So I thought, no, my splurge budget is done. I don't have it. So I've already done, I've already bought something that I shouldn't have the week before.
Mhm. Right.
So I thought, and just sensible, 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 whatever. And then
Mm,
I just kept thinking about it, going, "Oh God, I loved it so much." And you were obviously get it, get it, get it, and
I don't.
and Jody was get it, get it, get it.
Yeah, yeah,
And so yeah, obviously I got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. The thing is, like, you're allowed to want what you want just because you want it. Like, the fact that we
yeah,
feel like we need to justify our decision at like our frivolous decisions, yet us feeling like we need to justify and make it okay and make it a logical, strategic decision, like, fuck it.
mm,
Like, we're women. Like, if it makes us feel awesome and feminine and makes us feel more like ourselves, then it's a no-brainer. And like that jacket ended up being what was it, 109.
119.
Yep. It's
And
like
you know what? So the cash that I forgot to bring, I'm just going to whack it in the bank, and that'll pay it off. So
exactly. Yep.
what was I
Yep.
worried about?
And
So
like $119, you're going to spend that on bread and milk in the
yeah,
last week, but you're not going to have anything to show for it. Whereas this jacket, you're going to be like, every time you put it on, you're going to be like, I remember this weekend. I remember that
yeah,
morning with Cares. I remember that whole trip. And it's just got so much meaning attached to it
yeah.
now, that
And
jacket.
I've become the person that said yes to myself in the jacket.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like, and in me saying yes to this jacket, I was saying yes to me, and yes, I'm worthy, and yes to all of the brilliant things.
yes
So,
to it's okay to buy something because it made you feel good
mhm.
rather than it serving a practical purpose.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So I just loved it. Like it was of animal print, so and then it's got all
yeah.
the
And all of
the
the beautiful creative colors, which is like Millsy's color palette that
like floral and animal print. I love it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's just friggin' awesome. Yeah, it was definitely a no-brainer. But
Well, it was a brainer. That's
it was.
it was very much a brainer, but I'm pleased. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm so glad you got it. So yeah, because
Yeah.
it represents so much more than just a
Yeah.
jacket. It's
Right.
yeah. And
Yeah.
like some people
So
go,
yeah.
what's the point of that? What's the point of that? And it's like, well, what's the point of what's the point of painting the plaster on our walls then? Like, why don't we just have bare plaster with
What's the
spackle
point of
in
having a
between?
plant? Like
Exactly. Or that picture that's behind you, or like it's like the
Mm.
point is it makes us feel good. And what is the point of anything if we
What's the
don't
point
freaking
of
feel good?
what's the point of like having nice things?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So, yeah, that's the point because it makes us feel good and that should be enough.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna have a pretty high vibration every time I wear it.
100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah, love it.
yeah,
So yeah, so that was the weekend that was, and we had the awesome boss catch up for those of you who don't know,
yeah.
styling group called Boss, which is how we all connected in the first place. And that was massive. How many women were at
31, I counted them.
31?
Yeah.
Awesome. 31 women who, yeah, came together to just, yeah, I love it. I love walking into a Boss Babe catch up because you just the laughter that you hear, like they're all like cackling hens, like you just hear the laughter and the vibe and the yeah, it's just lovely. It was very welcoming. Sandra's house was beautiful.
Gorgeous.
The food was great. It was just such a great afternoon all round. No, no, great,
Yeah, it was
great week.
perfect ending to this weekend of, sisterhood. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, it
yeah,
was so good.
yeah.
So
There's no sisterhood like Boss Sisterhood though. That's amazing. Is so for if there's any listeners out there that don't know what we're talking about, boss in your wardrobe, boss of your
boss
wardrobe,
of your wardrobe, I
boss
believe.
of your wardrobe.
Mhm.
Make It Look Easy is the
Yeah.
company
So
by Nat Tucker. That's how we
on
met eight
on
years ago.
on my way to being yeah, so Boss in Your Wardrobe is
Mm,
the group, and
yeah,
yeah, on my way to being Boss in Your Wardrobe is the
the
free group that
free
you
the
can
free
join
group
for
that we're
tasting.
in. Yeah,
So yeah, so that's how we all met and got together, and yeah, definitely a great community that Nat has.
yeah,
If you're looking into building a community, she is probably a very good person to
yeah,
and model because she looks after even when she was like being a bossy cow and like and ordering us around in our picture like you sit here but she knew everyone like she has diagnosed their color types over
mm,
over the internet obviously but like coming into this situation she knew everyone's name she's like Kathy, you sit there next to Linaire there. Linaire, no, you go back, Kathy. Don't do. But she knew everyone's name and was able to just like run it off like that. So she really does get to know everyone.
yeah.
I think she is aligned
That's her
for.
superpower. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think her human design is a 2-4 profile, which is the 4 is very much community orientated
okay.
and she's very much a community builder. So, and the line 2 is all about like it's her natural gift that she has natural gifts and talents, and yet very much into community building. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
she creates safe spaces. Yeah,
she sure does. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and we love her for it.
We do.
Yeah, yeah,
All right. Well, we've been on for an hour already, girlfriend.
yeah. Okay, let's wrap this one up.
Wrap it up.
But yeah, we'll get back to our usual scheduling, usual programming next time.
Yeah.
We'll break down the
Are we
scenario.
really up to 25?
25? Yeah.
25 or I would have thought 15.
No?
25.
Yeah.
Look at us go. When did we start? What was our first one?
It was December. Was it 2024?
Must have been crikey.
Yeah.
Been a while. It's all good.
Yeah, we have dropped off a bit, haven't we? So we need to get back on a more regular schedule.
Yeah, we need to do like once.
Life gets in the way.
Mm. Yes, yes. Or we
Yes,
let it
yes,
get in the
yes.
way, one or the other. But either way, we will try and get one out at least once a month.
Yeah,
For sure, for sure. All
good.
righty. Signing
Well,
off.
good.
Mills and
Signing off. Yeah.
excellent. And we will see you again in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Bye. Oh my God. Hang on.
Please hold.
Please hold and goodbye.
Now we